Shafere, welcome to the Cylinders. Namhlanje sikhuluma nge-Lexus IS300H, which is imoto hybrid and it's the first hybrid on the channel. You know vele how it goes, ngizobe ngintshela ngama-looks, driving, interior, qeda nginiphe my overall thoughts ngale moto lena. Asiqale phambili. The one lesibhekile is the F Sport, which is the top of the range and it's also the most sportiest one. Ngizobe nginibonisa a few of the things that make it an F Sport. First thing we'bonayo kule moto is actually the grille, and I must say Lexus really did the big grille thing very well, better than some manufacturers engeke ngibabale. For 2023, Lexus has removed the blue from the Lexus badge. You can also see more about that on the video linked up there. Amalight wakhona are unique and come with full LED daytime running lights and also LED headlights. Since Lena is the F Sport model, you have a revised fat bumper which is bigger intakes on the side than all the normal models njenge SE and the EX. The bumper is reminiscent of the RCF which competes near M4. Happy to report that the front vent Lena is functional and actually direct umoya. As a side-in, I really like the side profile of the moto. F Sport is the one to get in terms of looks. Even these really nice 19-inch wheels as a standard ku-F Sport kuphela. Enye indlela yokubona ukuthi imoto is F Sport is with the badging esesayidini. F Sport is a standard ngalama side skirts which I think are really nice, and then now they are finished in piano black to match the front bumper. I'm sure nibonile le sign lena. This is hybrid to show that le moto lena is not only petrol but also uses electricity. Moving on to my favorite side of the moto, the rear. F Sport has some changes over the normal ones. It has a spoiler. It also has a different rear diffuser with double pipes to show that Lena is a sporty one. My favorite thing with the moto lena mover has to be the rear light bar, which not only wraps around on the side, it covers the full length of the rear from corner to corner, which I think looks very futuristic, isn't it, manje manje? Oh yeah, le moto lena has 360-degree cameras singinibonise wona. Yabo? Even nasemuva, so you can see all around the car when parking. Overall, what do I think? I think it looks really nice, very competitive with segment yayo. I think for me personally, only the Alfa Romeo Giulia is like close in terms of bayinhle, but Lena does look a lot more futuristic than that. So yeah, one of the best looking in its segment. Ma we compare nama German 3 na Konia's Bambela, I'm talking about the C-Class, the 3 Series and the Audi A4. Even when compared to them, it does look good. It's like the opposite of the Mercedes-Benz C-Class, which is full of curves. Lena, it's full of sharp edges, but it looks great. Asike shy switch up isiqale emuva. Lana, you have actually decent space which is good enough for adults. This particular car ishaya red leather and the shame Lexus ayincintsanga leather le moto lena. Inayo ne-armrest for people at the back which has integrated cup holders. Ishaya futhi nangama-aircon emuva for your rear passengers. From the front door ukwazi ukontrola your electric seats, electric mirrors and also the electric windows, which I mean goes without saying, standard. As ungena, there's F Sport on the door sill. Kuzungakhohlwa ukuthi you chose the best looking model. Lama seats lawa are really nice. They're ventilated and heated, and they're also very supportive. They have electric adjustment too. Iphinde ishaya nge-digital speedometer, which is one of the complaints I had with Alfa Romeo Giulia because it still has an analog speedometer. Moving on to his steering wheel, first thing we bona is the F Sport badging. Ukhumbule ukuthi again you bought the best looking IS. Also the steering wheel, you can control some of the technology it has, njenge lane keep assist. Also allows you to control infotainment. Infotainment yakhona has a really nice touchscreen which is modern and has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, so everything oyidingayo in a modern car. The center console is not as modern as its competitors, but it has some really nice touches with nayo it still feels just as special. I really like the analog clock lena. It adds a sense of luxury which is very reminiscent ey'moto ezifana nama-Bentley nama-Rolls-Royce. I-infotainment ukwazi ukuyicontrola ngale touchpad, which is easy to use once you get used to it. Center console futhi, that's where you found the switch to go between eco, normal, and sport plus, which is something oyithola kuphela in the F Sport. You can also switch between EV mode and hybrid kule panel. This group is provided by Mark Levinson, a 16 speaker sound system. My aluminum pedals are also a nice touch and they're standard ku F Sport. Boot space is very comparable to our competitor wayo, it's just 30 liters smaller than the 3 Series. So ngicabanga ngale interior, well ngiyayithanda kakhulu. I really like ama materials abawasebenzisile, high quality leather and high quality plastics yonke indawo that you can touch. Yes, it's not as modern as some of its counterparts, but it feels very, very special. Lexus has a feature called Easy Access, which makes it easy to get in and out of the car. Mawukhipha ibhande, it actually pushes the seat back and the steering wheel in, and it does the opposite mawuyehla. First time in a hybrid vehicle.
Okay, so it is on at the moment.
Okay.
So obviously you won't hear it because when you're stationary, if the battery is charged up, then it's on the electric motor.
Oh, okay.
So, like a lot of cars have your stop-start systems.
Yes.
You don't need it in a hybrid because the minute you come to a stop, it switches straight over to your electric motor.
Oh. Okay, before suga driving, let me explain to you what it actually means with moto a hybrid. Hybrid means it uses both a petrol or diesel engine paired with the battery and the motor, but diesel ones are very rare. This is the only type of engine on ongayithola kule moto, the 2.5 liter without a turbo and electric motors for total power of 164 kilowatts. The nice thing is on the screen, you can always see which is actually powering your car. So vele below 20 kilometers per hour, practically imoto yogesi, mara as soon as ushaya ifutha, that's when the engine kicks in. For that second, it actually sounded like a pure EV.
Yes.
So is that pumped through the speakers, or that's the natural sound?
That's the natural sound on it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm sure you're wondering, how does it feel to drive? Well, first things first is the comfort. That's the first thing engizwile mina. Moto lena is actually very comfortable, and the nice thing is these are roads that I usually drive in my neighborhood, so I know exactly how they feel in different cars, and this one was the most comfortable. And then also, what about the performance? Well, even though Lena is F Sport, it has the same power and same engine as all of the other Lexus models. They have one engine with the same power output. So F Sport is more about looks than it is about performance. In terms of the performance, depends on ukuthi uyifunelani imoto. If ufuna imoto fast ezoloku igijimisa ama GTI, I don't think le moto lena is built for that. Uyakwazi ukuswitcha to Sport Plus mode, which gives you this really nice LFA inspired gauge cluster. Ngiyithathe ngiyoyizwa ku-highway so I can let you know how does it feel on average cruising speeds of around 120 kilometers per hour. Like, what are the options if you wanted to add options?
So with Lexus, it is a little bit restrictive, if because you can't really add any optional extras.
Oh,
so they come spec per model. So your EX spec would be obviously a lot less spec. Your AC and your F Sports are spec the same. It's just the looks that differ.
Okay. So injani on the highway? Well, I think imoto lena idalelwe on the highway because this is where vele excella. The fuel consumption goes down once you're cruising at speeds of around 120 kilometers per hour, which vele is the legal top speed yala sala kona South Africa. So angazi what you'll be doing above that. Also, how quiet and comfortable it is also really nice. Ungazukhohlwe nokuthi uhamba ngemoto. I think it's the perfect car for like just cruising and going long distance. I asked on Twitter, Guti, what are the questions you want to know about Le Moto Lena. One of the biggest thing that came up was, how is the CVT transmission? Well, it depends. If you're somebody who's just going to be cruising around, driving in the city, I think it's good enough. It perfectly mimics what you'd find in an auto, and I think it works well vele for a hybrid drivetrain system. However, if umuntu othanda speed and then ufuna ukuloku uyipressa, change down, change up, then I'm afraid this might not be the gearbox for you, because especially on hard acceleration, isha droning sound, which sounds like fanele ngabe ushintsha igiya mara uloka ulishintsha. So what do I think overall? Well, in terms of how Le Moto Lena drives, it's definitely not on the sporty side. So F Sport is, like I said, more about ama-looks wayo. Mara if ufuni moto that is very economical, that you know you can cruise around ngayo and it has a lot of comfort, I highly recommend Le Moto Lena. And the futhi, Lexus comes with a 7-year warranty and 7-year maintenance plan, which is unheard of ku-class yayo. Also, since it has a hybrid system, the way Lexus ithembe ngakhona, it has like an 8-year warranty on the hybrid system alone. So I definitely feel like in terms of driving, this is a car that you won't mind driving every day. It's a very good everyday car. But if umuntu ofuna imoto sport ezogijimisa ama-GTI, like I said, then maybe you need to look at imoto different. Shall we pause to see a spec? So, what do I think about Le Moto? Coming in at just over R1,000,000, I think it's well priced for what it is. It does have slightly less power than our competitors Wayo, but you can tell that it was made for economy and luxury as opposed to performance. Also, mobile with wonke features kule Moto Lena as a standard. Once you add options to the other models, you'd find Guti Lena is actually the best value. I mean, Pegale interior, and this is exactly how you'd get it if you bought it. This particular one is for sale currently for around 950,000 Rand at Lexus the Glen, and I really need to thank them for allowing me to shoot this. So if you're interested in this car or any other Lexus, head over there and speak to Neville. Till next time, away.